Got another mock draft video for you today, but this time with the 11th overall pick. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach our goal of 100 subscribers by the time NFL season kicks off, and we can't do that without your help. Let's get into it. All right, we have a 12-team full PPR snake draft. We have the 11th overall pick, no kicker, double flex. So let's jump right into this thing and see what we can do. So at the 11th pick, there's a lot of flexibility here. You could go running back. You could go wide receiver, running back. You can go running back, wide receiver. You could even go running back, tight end if you want someone like Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews. So there's a lot of options here. In this situation, I'm going to go with a wide receiver. I'm going to go with Davante Adams. I think on this Raiders offense, he still has opportunity to be fantasy relevant. And I think he has top 5 wide receiver potential with this Raiders offense that threw at the 5th highest rate in the NFL last season. So I don't mind Davante Adams this season, but it's back to me, and I'm going to go with a running back now, and I'm going to go with Deandre Swift. Deandre Swift came out and said that his goal this season is to have 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 rushing yards in the same season. He believes that is possible under this Detroit Lions offense that they're trying to run. So hopefully that's the case. We'll love it for fantasy, and I love the mindset. So I don't mind Deandre Swift as my running back. It's back to me, and I'm going to go with another running back here, and I'm going to go with Cam Akers. He came back last season during the playoffs, and he was immediately involved in this offense, and I think having a whole training camp and offseason, I think he's going to be the main back for the Rams and be very relevant. So I don't mind Cam Akers at all, but I'm going to go for a wide receiver now, and I'm going to go with Michael Pittman. We've seen in the past Matt Ryan be able to produce top 10 wide receivers with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. Now Michael Pittman is his wide receiver, and Michael Pittman finished as a top 15 wide receiver last season with Carson Wentz. I think he has a good chance of finishing as a top 10 wide receiver this season with Matt Ryan. And it's back to me, and I'm going to go with a running back now. And looking at the running backs available, I'm going to go with A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon is going to be very involved in this Packers offense. I see them using Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon a lot in the passing game. I love Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon this season, so I don't mind him at all. And it's back to me, and I'm going to go with a wide receiver now. We got Amari Cooper, Marquise Brown, Brandon Cooks, Michael Thomas, and I'm going to go with Marquise Brown. Without DeAndre Hopkins for the first 6 weeks, they're going to lean on this guy a lot, and I think he's going to be very fantasy relevant. So I don't mind Marquise Brown at all. And it's back to me, and let's take a look at our roster. We need a quarterback, a tight end, a defense, and fill our bench. So I'm going to go with a tight end right now. And looking here, we got Zach Ertz available, and similar reason why I like Marquise Brown that I like Zach Ertz. I think Zach Ertz is going to be very involved in this offense. He was very involved when he got traded here last season from the Eagles. So I don't think that's going to change this season, and having a full training camp and off season, they're going to get this guy involved, and Zach Ertz is a great tight end. And it's back to me, and I'm going to go for a wide receiver now. And looking at the wide receivers available, I'm going to go with Allen Lazard here. Allen Lazard is going to be the wide receiver 1 for the Green Bay Packers. I think this guy is going to be great for fantasy. I think he has top 10 potential. Aaron Rodgers is his quarterback. What more do you need? And it's back to me, and I'm going to go with a quarterback now, and I'm going to go with Trey Lance. I'm very high on Trey Lance this season. I think he has top 10 quarterback potential. He has that rushing upside. He has a great offense around him. So I think he has all the pieces. He just needs to put it together. So I don't mind Trey Lance as my quarterback at all. And it's back to me, and I'm going to continue to get more depth on our bench, and I think I'm going to go look at the running backs available, and I'm going to go with Dameon Pierce here. This guy's going to be the RB1 for the Houston Texans. If you've seen any highlights from preseason or training camp, this guy is very explosive. This team is in a rebuild mode, so it's very unattractive to draft any players from this team. But trust me, getting him in the 10th round, and he's even going later in some drafts, so I don't mind Dameon Pierce at all. And it's back to me, and I'm going to continue to get some more depth at the wide receiver position. We got MVS, we got George Pickens, and I'm going to go with MVS. I don't mind having MVS with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. It's back to me here, and I'm going to go with another wide receiver, and we got Jarvis Landry, George Pickens, Michael Gallup, Rondale Moore, Julio Jones, and I'm going to go with Julio Jones here. I think he's going to be very involved in this offense right away. While Chris Godwin slowly works his way back into this offense, I think Julio Jones is going to be very relevant. We know that Julio Jones is a good wide receiver. It's all about if he can stay healthy. So Hopefully that's the case and you have some value and you could trade him later on. And it's back to me, and I'm going to go with another wide receiver here, and I'm going to go with Jalen Tolbert. He's on an offense that is very thin at the wide receiver position. I think he has a great opportunity to be the wide receiver 2 for the Cowboys. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb is going to be their main guy, Dalton Schultz, and they're going to lean on Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. But I think Jalen Tolbert has the opportunity to be the wide receiver 2 for this team and be fantasy relevant right away. And it's the last pick here. We need a defense, and we know how we feel about defense. Might as well close my eyes and pick this. And I'm just going to go with the New England Patriots. And that's going to do it for us today. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, line them up.